Hey there, everybody. We are down in the forest where two paths converge, diverge, same. Um, we've been working to enhance the glade aspect. You can see right over here one of the tomato cages I had mentioned in one of our last videos. But we're down here clearing some trees and accentuating this glade area here. This clearing, you can see a rough sketch hugel mound over here, and a few more. I'll do kind of a slow pan. You can see another one right there, another pawpaw, and another rough sketch hugel mound right here. And this is all from a couple of trees I'm about to show you guys and what we're doing with them. And some notes on how we're approaching the management of all of this carbon. Stick around. So we are now on the pond side of this fresh rough sketch, and if I move carefully, you can kind of see some of the logs that are tucked away underneath some of this fresh slash. And what we've been doing is just kind of laying a carpet of needles down in orientation to get some good coverage to a spot, and then we'll throw some of the less useful portions of the trunk down as a weight, and to increase the amount of surface pressure and tension and surface area that is touching and connecting and able to hold and retain moisture and any other organic matter that may get trapped in there, like things trying to grow and not reaching light and then dying back, providing the root zone with more nutrients and fresh food. Or once we have a little bit more of this built up and out, my plan is to bring it out kind of to about where these sets of trees are, and just kind of in a ring, and then hopefully, ideally, some sort of little mini structure, sitting area in here to look at the pond. You'll notice we've been clearing some of the trees, and the more we clear, the more clear it becomes just how little these trees are doing for this surrounding environment. So I'm feeling pretty confident and bolstered in my decision to remove some of these and let a shrub layer and a shorter canopied tree layer kind of fill in this section here and not present as much of a shade barrier to the garden spaces that we're building out in this section and then up into the hillside there. So that's what we're doing with all of the side branches, the tops, and kind of the wibbly wobbly or super unappealing to work with sections. Jacked up my shoulder a little bit yesterday moving some of these around, so the chainsaw came out for playtime. We've sectioned parts of these trees into usable step areas. You can see over here I'm using another section of tree to balance out and measure out where I'm planning on cutting my next stair tread from, and just making it so that I am working a little bit easier on my body. Show you where these are going in a sec. So we are now 4 stair treads pretty much in place for a small little stairwell heading off the steepest parts of that little entryway. There's also this path leading up to the yard that is wide enough for the tractor to fit through, and we'll be pruning some of these side branches just to give my face clearance when I do decide to start bringing that back here a little bit more often. But yeah, Doug and I rehydrated. These things are not light. This last one here is easily a foot taller than I am, probably twice my weight, and we brought it all the way up from down and in there. So our next step is going to be cutting lengths to use as anchors and braces for these stair treads. And I've got my young, thin but not too thin pine here, and I thought this was a good opportunity to show what I mean. So I keep talking about how these trees are not having a whole lot of productive space. So this entire tree, the only things I've cut aside from this one unfortunate branch here were dead trees, dead branches. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. It's only about 8 feet of this 30-foot tree. It's really performing any real photosynthesis or even providing any sort of forage or habitat space for anything besides white pine beetle, I guess. So I'm not too concerned about taking some of these trees out to encourage some of the younger and more productive hardwood species that we can see all around us, because they're waiting for a big disturbance to shoot up into the canopy, restart the succession. So I'd like to capture that energy and that push as best I can and make this place more accessible as we go. So yeah, that's our next step. We'll be cutting lengths and then angles into these to brace up there, backfilling. So quick little update. Those are some of the considerations that are going into the building of this food forest. Hope you guys found the notes helpful. As always, thanks for watching. Happy planting.